Welcome, creative friends. Today I'm going to show you how I made this very stylish crystal display case with lighting. I know the lights don't show that great with the camera, but it's really awesome in real life. Now I'm going to start with a DVD, splitting it in half. Be very careful when you're doing this. Now there's a piece that didn't come off. I'm going to be using some packaging tape. I know I said that before, I'll show you, but all of my pieces used to come out clean. This is the first one that didn't come out clean. So it's your chance to see how I get rid of it. And that's it, like magic. Now I'm spraying it with isopropyl alcohol. Needs about 3 to 4 times to get rid of all that purple color. I'm drawing out 4 hexagons to cut out. And I'm always cutting them with the scissors from the bottom going up. If I cut the opposite from up to down, then the plastic will start to crack. I lined the sides of the hexagons with the acrylic pen. And now I'm going to be making the sides. Of course, a sip of coffee gets the mood going. Now I'm taping my little scrap pieces, and I'm going to be drawing the sides of my case, or the display case. Here, I'm outlining all the panels with the acrylic pen, trying to make it as straight as possible. Now, after I glued the first panel on, I waited until they're dry, tried to get them as level as possible, and now it's time to put the second one on. Now it looks easier than it really was. And here comes the boo-boo. Yikes. And I messed it all up. Good job, Cara. Well, I wasn't gonna be going and making more panels, so plans had to change. It took some time to jiggle them to get everything there. I should have glued it on like that, but well, things happen. Anyway, after I put in 3 sides, I noticed all the super glue gives out these vapors, and now my plastic is not clear. So, change of plans again. Yeah, I wasn't happy, and I was thinking if I'm going to put the other 3 layers or panels up, I don't know. So I decided, okay, first let me put some support, because I didn't feel them that they were very strong. So I cut small strips of the plastic, and I'm just gonna be gluing them. I'm touching up a little bit of the acrylic paint, and I was really upset. My plan didn't work. I didn't know how I was going to be putting on the other 3 panels, so I decided I'm not putting them up anymore. And if you can notice, there's some openings between the panels. Well, I'm gonna get rid of that when I Mod Podge it, and then I'm just gonna run over it again with my pen, and it's going to disappear. Things don't always work out the way you want them to. They turn out better. Well, at least in this case. Of course, the original plan wasn't to have any Mod Podge, but because the glue made it all foggy, I was forced to give it that frosted look. Now, I'm just taking a piece of foil, crumbling it up, sort of flat-like. And I'm gonna start rolling it up. But I'm gonna leave an opening in the middle. After I squished it into the shape that I wanted, I'm just gluing it, putting some masking tape all around it, and then I started to paper mache exactly like Jasmine's treehouse with coffee filters. But I just didn't like it. When I was done and I left it to dry, I kept on looking at it. I'm like, I'm not happy, I don't like it. So I changed it. You can do that. You know you're allowed to change your mind when you're crafting. It's not a set rule. See? I put it up to dry and then woof, it changed. Well, I made some homemade paste and I put it on top of it, and I'm turning it into a little baby branch, which I could not do with the paper. Now I'm trying to make a circle on the top of it. I want a circular shape, and then I'm going to be paper macheing it, and I colored everything warm beige and acrylic, no, not acrylic, what was it, varnish, acrylic varnish. And now I'm just painting over the beige some brown gel, and I'm wiping it off because I want the contrast colors to show. I just want the dark color inside the grooves and not on the top. Sort of like shading. Now I like that a lot more than the paper mache, paper towels or coffee filters or whatever. And I'm going to be adding some moss, which is going to be green sawdust. I'm not going to be showing you that part, but yeah, sorry. Here I'm just checking the sizes to see if the base is coinciding with the size of my crystal display case. I painted it silver from the inside, and I put 2 very, very small lamps. They don't even show, sorry for that, but you'll see them lit up. They're very small, like needlepoint, Now, I did do something without showing you because I made a big mess and my whole plan changed with the lighting, and I wasn't going to show you that failure. But these are 2 red wires, 2 blue wires. I soldered them together and then I smacked them with the hammer to flatten them out, make it easy contact with the batteries. Now I'm putting 2 batteries. Later on, I put 3. 2 were too low down. I needed to raise them up higher a little bit. And okay, I'm checking to see if it works. Yes, they work. You see how small they are? Very small. Now for the lid problem, I was like, what am I going to use as a lid? Because my circle is not like a real circle. It's jagged, it's not 100%. So I don't know what I was going to do until I figured out, let's use some hot glue. And I made a couple of circles of hot glue. And I'm putting some water here just so it doesn't stick to my hand and burn me. I'm trying to shape it so it'll push the batteries down. Because like I said, there were 2 batteries and they were too low in there. Now I'm cutting it, shaping it so it'll fit. And I made it very thick because I wanted to push down those batteries. And it's not fitting properly. Oh, I made a nice mess here. But this is the first time I've ever done any lighting like this. So I'm playing around trying to figure out what to do. And here comes the ouch. I hate myself. It got stuck to the glue and it ripped off and broke. Okay. Now I needed to remove some of the plastic that was on the wire. Thank God it was a little bit long. The only way I found that I can remove the plastic from the wire is by burning it. Because it's so small, it just rips and cuts everything if you try using anything else. In the end, it worked. I made another lid, a smaller one, thinner, and I put 3 batteries. And when I don't want it, I just push it on the side and I can put that piece again inside a piece of glue, or I don't know, what should I call it? My plug. That's what I'm gonna call it, the glue plug. And now I'm trying to choose which rocks and crystals I want to use. Got out all my spacers, most of my chip rocks, and I'm just choosing and going through them. Nothing fancy, just putting a spacer and a rock on top of it. After everything was done, I put them on with stickum. They're not glued on. I'm using stickum. You see, it's a thinner plug. I put some foil, 3 batteries, and all I gotta do is just pull this one up and then put the plug back on, and it works. and it's only stuck on with Stickum. So everything is stuck on with Stickum. There's nothing glued on. Now for the lights, they gave me a hard time when I tried gluing them in, and they're still wiggling a little bit. So I'm going to be putting some resin on them and hardening it, and that way I'm gonna make 100% sure that my lights don't go anywhere. Now I wanted to show you how it looks up close, where all those openings were between the panels, how I got rid of them. I filled them with Mod Podge and then put my pen on top of them again, the acrylic pen. The Mod Podge seemed to disguise a lot of my boo-boos. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Bye.